Hello, hello. So, been a little while since we've done one of these. A couple of weeks. Need to get back on top of it because the clips are piling up. It's mental. Absolutely mental. So, straight into it. Bang straight into it. Start off with some Soul level 35 with +4 weapons. Not that one that I'm holding, obviously that's +2. Because it scales differently. I'd actually been looking for this host for a little while, so I've trimmed off the front of this. I just spot him there at the corner of my eye, but I try and make it look like I haven't spotted him. Doesn't work at all. And what he was actually doing was clearly waiting for a summon sign to pop up. So, decide to have a wee fight with him. The host, at first, even though he's been hiding for, about a minute so far, letting me run past him until his summon sign appeared up, he at first seemed like he wanted to fight, and then stopped challenging and just started running away from me. I do love, just then you might have seen I just knocked him right on his ass. I do love that as a little thing that can happen when you knock someone out of a jump. Try and trade with a running attack there, always a bad idea. I also try and trade with his regular swings, which should have been a bad idea, but for some reason I came out on top there. That was a much better sort of estimation of how he was going to attack. But of course it's Dark Souls 3, so a blue comes in. Try and get some quick easy damage on the blue before he's fully gotten his bearings. I'm well aware that there's probably a Phantom and a host behind me. Indeed there was. Host loves his running attacks, I've noticed this so far. The Phantom doesn't seem to be doing much of anything though. The Phantom just seems to run into R1s over and over and over again. The host always is running in with a running attack. The Phantom seems to always want to run in, stop, take 2 R1s to the face, then roll out again. And the blue doesn't seem to be overly impressive with what he's doing. Bear in mind, Soul level 35, as I say, look at that. You see that running attack parry then? I knew he was going to go for it, I went for it, and I came out on top with it. It was glorious. Standard Phantoms and blues, mashing R1 during my iframes. A little bit stunned at the confidence of the host, giving me all the gestures. A cheeky little backstab on the Phantom. Now I can get away from that. I saw another blue was coming in as well, so I run out at this point to go and check what that blue could have been up to. Host still insisting on gesturing at me for some reason. I don't know what is going through his head, why he thinks that gesturing at me and stuff is a good idea. Who knows? Phantom gets a bit too overconfident with a parry and gets absolutely trounced for it. Managed to catch the blue on his roll, other blues nowhere to be found. Host has stopped gesturing now and has gone suspiciously static. And of course we get the DC. Always the most confident hosts give you the disconnect at the end. So we'll count that as a win and an utter embarrassment of a host. Next, Soul level 80 +8. We've got a high level Phantom with one of my most hated weapons in the whole game, the Crucifix. And he's buffed it with Dark Moon Blade. So that's fun. Fun to know. Don't know quite how high level he is. Maybe we can work that out in a second. I haven't taken the time to do that yet, but always fun to see in the comments how high level these people are when they get summoned in. So the Crucifix, I'm afraid I just play very, very passively against. Just then I go in for a cheeky backstab because I see he's going to go for the follow-up R1 or L1 or whatever it is that makes it do that stomp into the ground attack it does. But I know what sort of horrible damage that thing can do and how badly it can knock you out of your own hyper armor. And I haven't got much poise on this build at all. I don't know if I mentioned this is 80 +8. This was one of my first times taking out a Faith build that has minor spells on it. I don't think I ever use in this invasion, and I rarely use in any other invasion, so we might rethink those at some point. Keen to get these guys to just wake up the Lothric Knight here, but he's notoriously difficult to wake up unless they come right up to him. So I don't think I'm going to get much support from him because the host does not sink in at all. However, even if I can just space them out so that the host comes away from the Phantom, if I can 1v1 the Phantom, I'm pretty confident I can take him because he's got a very easily punishable amount of latency and easily punishable playstyle. However, all of that means nothing. I mean, I'm not the best player in the world, but you can be the best player in the world and still come unstuck just from a host and a Phantom together, both mashing R1 at you. So that's the second time that the Phantom's tried to set up parry me. I'm always wary of high levels because you never know what they're like. I'm always wary of people with DMB. No offense, Nino, I'm wary of you. Because if you've got DMB, usually it's because you've PvP'd somewhat, or at least turned up as a blue and ganked quite a bit. You probably haven't farmed for it. I break his tears there, but he's a clever boy. He gets straight up and heals. He knows straight away that I'm going to be going for him for that final bit of damage, I think. Or maybe I'm giving him too much credit. Maybe it was just luck. Who knows? So it's clear at this point they're never going to come towards the Lothering Knight. They're not going to split up. They're not going to aggro him. So I'm going to have to do something. I'm going to have to just dive in and try and like clip this guy down. He's lost his Tears of Denial, which loses him a lot of the advantage he had. Managed to get him with the parry. Now that's how you set up parry, my friend, and I'm not even using a shield, I'm just saying. You want your DMB? Sure. Then, the host, mashing during iframes again, and he comes unstuck as the timing just works beautifully. Mr. Host, I don't quite manage to clip him there. Can't get him with the Estus punish because my angle is all wrong, but I do manage to get him with 2 R1s, and he proceeds to literally roll in a big circle all around the Dragon Barracks. I don't know quite what that was in aid of. I guess it was mad panic rolls. Give him a bit of the Saint Riot, edgy, walk away, silent resolve stance, and off we go. So yeah, that's Tales from the Souls for this week. 2 what I feel were pretty flashy fights on my part. Just delete all the ones that aren't good and keep the ones that are. That's my advice. Cheers everyone.